How to play Busy Beaks. Busy Beaks is for 2 to 4 players and is recommended for ages 8 and up. It takes around 30 minutes to play. Setting up the game. First, connect the 2 pieces of the tree board and place it in the middle of the table. Set up the egg tokens based on the number of players. For each player in the game, take 1 5-egg token, 1 4-egg token, 1 3-egg token, and 1 2-egg token. Place them in a column to the left of the tree board in descending order from 5 to 2 eggs. Choose the 7 types of bird cards you'd like to use in the game. For your first play, use Brolga, Budgerigar, Eastern Spinebill, Galar, Laughing Kookaburra, Rainbow Lorikeet, and Tawny Frogmouth. Place the reference cards for the 7 birds you're using to the left of the egg tokens in any order. Place a 1-egg token below each reference card. Take the 12 bird cards of each of the 7 types you're using. Shuffle them all together to form the draw pile. Place it face down on the upper space of the tree board. During the game, a face-up discard pile will form on the lower space. Draw 3 cards from the draw pile and place them face up to the right of each branch of the tree board, bottom, middle, and top. Each player draws their starting hand of cards. The oldest player draws 2 cards from the draw pile into their hand. The player to their left draws 3 cards into their hand. In a 3 or 4 player game, the next player will draw 4 cards, and in a 4 player game, the final player would draw 5 cards. The players' hands are kept secret during the game. Playing the game. On each turn of the game, the players will be collecting cards trying to make sets of 5 of the same bird, called flocks. A flock can be turned in for points, which are represented by the egg tokens. The oldest player takes the first turn, and then play moves clockwise around the table. On your turn, follow these steps in order. 1. You may play 1 bird card. 2. You may score 1 flock. 3. You must draw 1 card. And 4. Fill the tree. Here is how each step works in detail. You may play 1 bird card. At the start of your turn, you may play 1 bird card and use its power. To do this, choose any card from your hand and place it face up at the end of any branch. The end of a branch means the rightmost end of one of the 3 branches in the tree. After placing the card in the tree, you now use its power. A bird's power is depicted on the bottom of its card with a diagram, and it's also explained on its reference card. For example, you use the Budgerigar's power, which lets you draw 3 cards from the draw pile and add them to your hand. You may score 1 flock. If you have 5 cards in your hand of the same type, you have made a flock and you may score it. Simply place the 5 cards face up on the discard pile. Now you receive points for your flock. First, take the most valuable egg token remaining from the column beside the tree. Then, if you were the first player to make a flock of this particular bird, you also take the 1 egg token from below its reference card. Store your egg tokens on the table in front of you. You must draw 1 card. Draw the top card of the draw pile and put it in your hand. There is no limit to the number of cards you may have in your hand at a time. Fill the tree. To finish your turn, you must check to see if the tree requires filling. First, if there are any gaps in any branches due to missing cards, slide the cards in that branch to the left to fill in the gaps. Next, if any branch has no cards in it, draw 3 cards from the draw pile and place them face up in that branch. Next, if any branch has 7 or more cards in it, discard cards from the leftmost end of the branch until there are only 3 cards remaining in the branch. Then slide these 3 cards to the left to fill in the gap. After this step, your turn is complete and play moves to the player on your left. Remember, the first 2 steps of a turn are optional. So your turn might simply be to just draw 1 card. Or your turn might be to play 1 card, score 1 flock, and then draw 1 card. If at any time the draw pile is empty, immediately shuffle the cards in the discard pile and place them face down on the draw pile space to create a new draw pile. Then continue play as normal. End of the game. As soon as the last multi-egg token is taken from the column beside the board, the game ends immediately. It does not matter if there are any 1-egg tokens left on the reference cards. The players now add up the total number of egg icons shown on all the egg tokens they have. Whoever has the most wins the game. In the case of a tie, the tied player with the most cards remaining in their hand wins the game. Let's take a look at how the other bird powers work. The Brolga's power is called Great Height. After you play a Brolga, choose any card in the tree. You may also choose the card directly above it. Put them in your hand. The Eastern Spinebill's power is called Long Beak. After you play an Eastern Spinebill, choose any card in the tree. You may also choose a card directly to its left or right. Put them in your hand. The Galar's power is called Very Friendly. After you play a Galar, choose any 2 cards in the tree that are different birds. Put them in your hand. The Laughing Kookaburra's power is called Contagious Laugh. After you play a Laughing Kookaburra, choose any 2 cards in the tree and put them in your hand. Then, in clockwise order, each other player chooses any 1 card in the tree and puts it in their hand. The Rainbow Lorikeet's power is called Nectar Feast. After you play a Rainbow Lorikeet, choose any card in the tree and place it in your hand. Then you must take any card from your hand and place it face up in the tree in the gap you just made. You may do this action 1, 2, or 3 times. The Tawny Frogmouth's power is called Night Vision. After you play a Tawny Frogmouth, reveal 5 cards from the draw pile and place them face up on the table. Choose any 2 of them to put in your hand, and put the other 3 face up on the discard pile. After your first play of Busy Beaks, you can choose any 7 birds to use in your game. We recommend always using at least 2 birds with powers that take cards from the tree. Find your favourite combination. Between games, you can store each set of bird cards in the provided envelopes. Place the reference card in the front so you can see which bird is inside. Thanks for playing. You can download the full rules of Busy Beaks and learn about our other games at www.joeygames.com.au.